been had a foot problem. Was not getting around too well. And yesterday I ventured out and haven't started working back out yet. But anyway, I did go to Kroger. And a guy said, you and Jim Love and Harold and Greg. And he mentioned all of us by name.
Yes, sir.
He said, you know, you guys are good. He says, you teased Jim about the news. He said, Jim does great news. So he's standing up for me. And I said, well, I know that. He said, no, you're always making fun of him. I said, I am not making fun of him.
Which one your relative? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know which relative it was.
No, I saw one of your relatives yesterday afternoon. No, I didn't see her. As a matter of fact, I kept looking for her. Where are you at? Where are you at? I was over there at the oncology center yesterday, and which, by the way, that's a meat locker. If you ever go over there, make sure you wear a coat.
Is it a little cold?
Oh, good God, it's cold in there. Yeah. I mean, I sat there, I was turning blue yesterday. But anyway, the guy said, you know, he really does a good job. I said, I've passed that along to him. Well, okay, what were we talking about? We were talking about Tesla.
Yeah, Jim.
And the fact that you had mentioned last week that this is going to hurt their sales.
Oh, yeah.
And it will.
Well, it's going to hurt their sales. There's vandalism at their dealerships. And again, I'm not a Tesla fan, but there are a lot of people who like them, and they are an expensive vehicle.
Yeah.
So you have this expensive vehicle that you have purchased, and of course, the lefties should love it because it's anything electric. It's not polluting, but how quickly they turn. And again, the Tesla has nothing to do with Elon Musk's political beliefs, and we've reached a point now, as I said, conservatives seem shocked by this. I think we've always been there for a number of decades, where they're going to take it out on somebody. They're going to take it out on his company.
You're right to take it out on somebody. You know, if I buy a Tesla and someone catches it on fire, that's going to not going to impact Elon Musk. It's going to impact me.
And you could be the biggest conservative in the world. You don't know the political beliefs of everyone that owns a Tesla.
Purchasing a car shouldn't be a political issue.
Exactly. And you're right. And now it's only up to you to pay to fix it. He doesn't have to fix it.
Where yesterday in South Carolina, a guy set one of the filling stations
I saw the video of that.
on fire and caught himself on fire.
I didn't know that part, but I
Oh, yeah. I hope he boiled his nuts.
probably did.
Yeah, I did. You know, this guy caught himself on fire. I beg your pardon,
I'm
Jim?
just writing that down.
Okay.
Son-in-law of those phrases. That's one thing. Yeah, thank you. When people say this, I'll never say anything, unusual.
Yeah,
Not
that's
like that.
N-U-T-Z, by the way. Boiled his nuts. N-U-T-Z.
Now, was this a charging station?
Yes, the charging station. What the hell are you doing?
Quite sure.
You're setting a charging station on fire.
Well, and he's lucky that he was just caught fire and wasn't electrocuted. They are electric.
Or,
Yes.
or the owner walks up, sees him, and shoots him.
Well,
He just shot him in yeah.
and then boils his nuts.
And then what?
Yeah, with the Z.
With the Z. Yeah.
Must be time for sports.
Oh, it has
I
to
think
be.
I just snorted. Okay, 6:45. We're going to go to sports early this morning because there's a lot to talk about. Actually, basketball, NCAA. Actually got started last night. Kind of, sort of.
It did. That first sport that's going on for multiple years now. The first game, Alabama State beat St. Francis 70-68. Up next for Alabama State will be Auburn. That'll be on Thursday. North Carolina will come from the Tar Heels and starting to turn it up a notch. They barely got in, and they're trying to send a message when a lot of folks don't think they should have
found
made
out
it.
if you have a
They proved
4.0.
themselves last night against San Diego State with a 95-68 win. We'll see what's up next on Friday when they play Ole Miss. 2 games tonight, Mount St. Mary and American. They match up. And the other game tonight, Texas takes on Xavier. Lamar Athletics yesterday, the last softball team over in Houston, lose to the U of H 10-6. Cards are 15-13. Get back into league play against East Texas A&M. Doubleheader on Friday, single game on Saturday. Christie has
Have a good one.
with the Gals today. On baseball, lost 2 out of 3 to McNeese. They took it out of Tulane last night down in New Orleans. Cardinals win it 14-4. Rockets looking for win number 8 in a row. Houston 44-25 take on the Orlando Magic tonight at the Kia Center in Orlando. And the Astros ended a loss in Grapefruit League play. They will start their season next week with the Astros 13-10-1. Host the Mets this evening. And let's jump over to Tokyo real quick. The Dodgers in the top of the 6th inning leading the Cubs 6-3. This is a regular season game. They're opening. The Dodgers won yesterday. They're playing a 2-game series. Dodgers and Cubs are in Tokyo.
I wonder if you read the score backwards over there. Or is that China?
I'm not sure. I can't read Chinese.
Yeah. Well, Chinese, you go from back to front.
Really go from right to left?
Yeah, right to left, yes. Among
Why
other
would they
things.
do that?
I wonder if, yeah.
Everything's sideways.
No, nothing is sideways over there. It's just as myth. It's a myth. It's not true. Everything goes from back to front. It's no sideways. Yeah, I know you got a birthday today. KLVI on Facebook Messenger, 647 at News Talk Radio KLVI.
At hillsdale.edu/Jesse, sign up for a free online learning course about the design and purpose of the Constitution. Our country needs more Americans who understand the Constitution. Learn more at hillsdale.edu/Jesse.
Somewhere along the way, some of the car dealerships lost sight of the fact that a car is not just a means of transportation. It's part of our identity as an American. Buying a new car should be fun. You shouldn't be stuck in the dealership all day while they're, wrangling around. It's a short drive to Team Granger of Orange, but I'm going to tell you something, you'll be in and out of there before some of the other dealerships and other places, and you're going to love the experience. TeamGranger.com, 409-405-4055.
At Golden Triangle Internal Medicine and Geriatrics, Dr. Masanti Levine believes that his patients deserve compassionate medical care. Dr. Levine accepts same-day appointments, and walk-ins are always welcome. Let's create a healthier you with state-of-the-art care, in-office labs, diagnostic testing, state-of-the-art screenings, and patient education. Plus, you receive detailed instructions on your condition with every office visit. Call Golden Triangle Internal Medicine and Geriatrics, 409-347-3621.
When the storm hits, will you be ready? With a Generac generator from Gulf Coast Generators, you will be. As a locally owned, trusted Generac dealer since 2007, Gulf Coast Generators specializes in home standby and commercial generators. Serving Southeast Texas, we provide emergency service, maintenance, and warranty work on all Generac generators. With Gulf Coast Generators, we'll keep your lights on. Call 409-840-9292 for a free quote or visit us online. Gulf Coast Generators, powering today's smarter world. For more information on contests on this station, go to klvi.com/rules.
This is Nolan Ryan, coming to you from the AmericanStandardAir.com studios with News Talk 560 KLVI.
I talked about this yesterday morning, and it's worth one more shot. People are now looking at generators. That's why you hear all the people on the air advertising their generator companies. They're smart. They know that March, people are thinking about June, because June, of course, begins hurricane season. I got a little clue for you. I have a generator, and I've had it for 2 years. I didn't buy it just because of hurricane season. I bought it because the power can go out anytime. It can go out in the middle of March. It can go out in January, December, June. Doesn't make any difference. Your generator is something that will keep your meat from going bad in the freezer. It'll keep your AC or heat on. It'll keep the lights on. It'll let the garage door go up and down. A generator is a catch-all when the power quits working. Whether it's your fault, whether it's a utility company, no matter what. It's very, very important to get the right generator for you. For you. For your home. For the size of your home. For the size of your budget. And that's what Neutron does. We don't have a one-size-fits-all. Maybe you can't afford this generator. Maybe you don't need this particular generator. Maybe you need a bigger one. Maybe you need a smaller one. Maybe you need one that does more things because you got more gizmos. For me, I have a pool motor that I got to keep running. So I had to get a bigger one. And Neutron sat down with me like they've always faces discrimination accusations and lawsuits from both white and black workers.
Absolutely.
And criticism from staff who say the efforts either fell short or were not heavily handed enough.
When you were hiring people for anything other than merit, it is indeed discrimination. And of course, that's what they did with the EI.
Even a high-profile initiative aimed at hiring more black employees came under fire after some discovered they were underpaid after being hired. Now, this happened in early 2023 and resulted in the firm increasing the employees' salaries and paying them tens of thousands of dollars in extra bonuses. And guess what the white folks said? Hey, how about us? Are you not getting up? Just shut up and eat your bread.
And blacks said you're not paying us the same wage.
Right.
You know, post a job and hire white, black, male, female, trans. I don't care who you hire if they're qualified.
So while outside forces and outside pressure has been the focus of the growing political and legal war against DEI, employees and executives have also fought inside the offices, as the leaders couldn't get the inmates to quiet down, and the inmates were unhappy with all of the extra goodies that were given to them. Wow. I wonder how that happened. Little rustle in the bushes tonight.
Well, just institutionalized discrimination.
Yeah, exactly.
We moved away from it in the 50s and moved back to it in the 2000s.
And, we hit sort of a happy medium in the late 70s. I remember how happy people were. I had hired the first full-time black newsman at a white radio station ever in 1974. I hired a young gentleman by the name of Lloyd Sprott, who's a very accomplished physician right now. His dad, Maxie Sprott, and his wife, Gladys, had the Sprott Clinic out in the south end of Beaumont. Later, I hired a gentleman by the name of Larry Williams, away from KJET, the black radio station here in Beaumont. He was one of the most successful DJs that we ever had at KAYC Radio. We didn't have any problems. He was happy, I was happy, the listeners were happy, there was no problem.
And today, you would think nothing about whether they're black, white, male, female.
Exactly.
It doesn't even occur to you unless the DEI makes it occur to you and says, how many of this do you have, how many of that do you have? But no, today you don't even think about it. You just hire somebody, and I don't care what color they are, what anything.
My boss in Houston said, are you sure you know what you're doing here?
Yeah,
I said, I think so. I think the guy is probably going to be the best guy for the job.
Yeah, because those were still the days of discrimination.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But we moved away from those.
Yeah.
We moved away from the 60s and 70s and then moved back to them, strangely enough. And, some of the people injured in this were indeed blacks and others were injured by all this DEI stuff.
Larry, by the way, moved on to the major market and actually was part of the Tom Joyner show for some time. So he had a very successful career, and I was very happy for him. And most of the people out there were. Now, there was some discrimination. We took Larry with us, along with the KAYC basketball team. We took him to Vider to play the Vider faculty. And everybody said, no, you can't drop. You got a standing ovation.
Well, and I will tell you, Vider is one something. I drive through there, I go to church in Vider, and I have friends in Vider. Vider is not what people think.
No, it isn't.
And the Vider jokes are tired and shop-worn. Vider is a wonderful community, thriving community.
Let me tell you, their high school's halftime show on homecoming week defies description and has for the better part of 35 years. They put on a light show at the half.
And
Stadium lights out.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
And Carol has seen it.
Slider also has blacks and whites.
Yeah.
As does Evendale, as does many of these small communities in which people have stereotypical ideas about the community. And, you know, it's 2025.
Yeah. And so the DEI did not work. And the reason it did not work is it wasn't made to work.
Well, I don't think any of us, be you black, white, be you Hispanic, be you Asian, none of us wants to know that we lost that job or didn't get that job, that we lost it to a lesser qualified person simply because we want to know if we lose a job, we've lost it to somebody more qualified than us.
Yeah. On this date in 2004, Paul Rubens, better known as TV's Pee Wee Herman, pled guilty to a single charge of possessing obscene material. He was very, very disappointed, he said, with the verdict, and I said, none of or any part of my art collection has ever been deemed inappropriate.
Well, he got caught in a movie theater.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember him performing an act in a movie theater.
Yeah.
They got him arrested.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
TV's Playhouse.
Yes, yes, that's exactly
Which
right.
always makes me wonder.
Shut up, right now.
He had a TV show called Pee Wee's
Go
Playhouse.
skate somewhere.
Well, and you
Don't
know,
bring filth onto this show.
Yeah,
You have a house.
Yeah.
Show is a bastion of peaceful and good stuff. Purity.
I'm glad I wore boots this morning.
Boy, me too. But you always wonder about him. He had a house. I mean, why are you taking chances when you are...
That's true.
Your whole career is going to go down the tubes.
Unequal in terms of purity.
Good things in this old house.
This show, unequal in terms of
In
purity.
terms of purity.
Yes, indeed.
Gosh, it's news time.
That's right, it is.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. This is News Talk 560 KLVI. Beaumont. Free. Never sounded so good. Hearing from the other side. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Ukraine's President Zelensky says he'll be speaking with President Trump today about Trump's phone call yesterday with Russia's President Putin and an agreement on a limited ceasefire that does not seem to be in effect.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says Russian strikes overnight hit energy, transport, and civilian infrastructure. If true, it would contradict the promise Russian leader Vladimir Putin gave to President Donald Trump yesterday not to attack Ukraine's power systems for the next 30 days. President Zelensky says Russia clearly isn't ready to end the war. The Ukrainian leader also insisted his country would never recognize occupied territory as Russian, calling it a red line. Russia currently holds around a fifth of Ukraine. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
3 different federal judges rule against the Trump administration. One, blocking enforcement of a ban on transgender troops. Another, blocking the cancellation of climate research grants awarded by President Biden. A third says the tearing down of the main U.S. international aid agency, USAID, is likely unconstitutional.
The case is one of the first that specifically challenges Elon Musk, the billionaire leading President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency. The administration says Musk is not the administrator of Doge and is acting only as an advisor. But the judge says public statements by Musk demonstrate he has firm control over Doge. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And there will be legal challenges to President Trump firing the 2 Democrats out of 5 members of the Federal Trade Commission, enforcing consumer protection and antitrust laws. Commissioners until now have served 7-year terms. The Supreme Court ruled in 1935 they can't be fired over policy disagreements. The final batch of files on President Kennedy's assassination is released. Nobody going through it all has brought up any big revelations to dispute the conclusion that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. America's listening to Fox News.
From around the world, Trey Yingst joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel. To Washington, I'm Mike Emanuel. To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. From the Fox News Podcast Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America is listening to Fox News. About 3.6 million babies were born in the U.S. last year, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That's 22,000 more than 2023.
Birth rate in the U.S. has steadily dropped for years, and experts do not expect last year's uptick to continue. Data suggests birth numbers actually fell across most demographics, with Hispanic women being the exception. The average age for new mothers also continues to increase. It's now 27 years old, with more women waiting until their 30s and 40s to have children. Dr. Tom Graham. Alabama lawmakers okay a ban on devices that convert semi-automatic weapons into machine guns.
The state Senate voting to accept the House's changes to the bill, the measure passing without significant opposition. It bans clock switches and other devices that convert semi-automatic weapons into machine guns. It comes after a deadly year that included multiple mass shootings. Alabama has one of the highest rates of gun violence in the nation. Governor Kay Ivey is expected to sign the measure. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
The director of the Keanu Reeves movie 47 Ronin is arrested on charges that he swindled Netflix by taking money for a sci-fi show he never delivered.
47-year-old Carl Eric Rich is charged with wire fraud and money laundering. Federal prosecutors say Netflix paid Rich $44 million to purchase an unfinished show, but then doled out another $11 million when he said he needed more cash to complete the project. But they say instead he transferred the money to a personal account and spent it on millions of dollars in luxury items, including 5 Rolls Royces and a Ferrari. No comment from his newly appointed attorney, Gary Baumgartner. Fox News.
No change to interest rates expected today.
And officials, including Chair Jerome Powell, have indicated they're taking a wait-and-see approach to interest rates since so many economic policies are up in the air.
That's Fox's. That's Fox's Hillary Barsky, the announcement at 2 p.m. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
The tractor you buy reflects who you are. Shoppers at John Deere believe you should drive the Legend. The Legend that is a John Deere tractor. You worked hard to get your land, and you're proud of it. Take that kind of pride in the tractor you buy to maintain it. A John Deere from Shoppers. A tractor that works as hard as you do. Our Shoppers tractor experts can help you find the right horsepower John Deere tractor and attachments with the best financing. So you ride tall in that yellow seat. Come to Shoppers and drive the Legend, the official tractor provider of Rodeo Houston.
Taking care of your cooling and heating needs at Delta Air Conditioning, 842-5974.
Well, spring is definitely breaking out here in southeast Texas, and at Sutherland's Garden Center is blooming now with fresh arrivals. New trees, shrubs, and plants are coming in weekly. You might find some of the Bostwick Farm products there as well, so it's time to get your garden growing. Need the best for your plants? We've got the Happy Frog potting soil, just $19.99 for a 2 cubic foot bag. On Lush Healthy Lawn, try Microlife Ultimate Organic Fertilizer. I really like that product, 40-pound bag, $54.99. Tackle weeds and feed your grass with Turf Builder Weed Feed, just $54.99 for 40 pounds. Pesky weeds, well, get Roundup Dual Action Weed and Grass Killer 1 gallon ready to use, only $34.99. And remember, Sutherland's credit card holders save even more, plus seniors 55 and up get 10% off every Tuesday. Stop by Sutherland's, 4545 College Street, Beaumont, or visit Sutherlands.com. Spring starts here.
By a 6-1 vote, Beaumont Council voting to have the Gilbert Building demolished. At 7:06, good morning. I'm Jim Love with KLVI News details after this.
Back in my music days, when I lived with 4 other band members, we didn't have a lot of money. And the house that we rented had the dirtiest, filthiest carpet you've ever seen in your life. So we decided to do something about it. We couldn't afford new carpet, so we went to a used carpet place and bought a at least clean-looking carpet and put it over the dirty carpet. Not the way to do things. The way to do things now is to come by Beaumont Carpet 1 and let us get the flooring that you need, the flooring that you want, the flooring you can afford, the flooring that you think looks the best in your house, and let us install it for you. We're going to install that flooring, and we're going to guarantee it the beautiful guarantee, which means it'll be installed properly. And if it isn't, we'll do the job all over again on our time and our dime. risky to say that unless you know what you're doing. And by the way, right now, on any carpet, get free padding when you buy your residential carpet and installation purchase from the folks at Beaumont Carpet One. Also, some wonderful free financing for up to 18 months. You need to check with us at Beaumont Carpet One because we are the carpet people. East Texas 105 in Beaumont.
By 6-1 vote, Beaumont Council will have the Gilbert building, which was gutted by fire in May of last year, demolished. The demolition will cost $400,000, which will be billed to owner Tom Flanagan. Councilman Mike Getz was the only no vote. The cause of the fire has not been determined, but arson is suspected. The building is expected to come down within the next 5 days. A man is jailed in Chambers County accused of causing extensive damage while stealing copper that resulted in the disruption of 911 service in parts of Chambers and Jefferson County. The investigation, headed up by the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, led to the arrest of Brett Thibodeau. His actions caused an estimated $100,000 damage on Highway 73 near County Line Road in Winnie. Thibodeau is facing multiple charges. Due to extreme dry and windy conditions, a burn ban has been put in place in Newton County. County Judge Cochran issued that ban yesterday. The ban remains in effect for a week at a time. It could be extended. We spoke with Jefferson County Judge Jeff Brannick, who told us they will continue to monitor the Keach Byron Drought Index before making a decision. And a Beaumont man faces up to 15 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to federal firearms violations. 23-year-old Sidney James Dorsey was arrested in September of last year. He was found to be in possession of ammunition following a foot chase in Beaumont in which he discarded a gun. Dorsey, a convicted felon, is prohibited from a firearm or ammunition. He will be sentenced later this year. And Port Arthur Council has voted in favor of a wind farm on Pleasure Island. The city will lease more than 2,000 acres to create solar energy. The company building the wind farm says it will create several high-paying jobs. Council vote wants 4-2. KLVI News Time is 7:10, and KLVI Sports is next.
Okay, $400,000 to implode the building.
Right.
Let's see, now the AT&T building. Was that a big deal when they imploded that? Or
They did not implode it.
They did not. That's what I thought. If memory serves me correct, was the King Edward Hotel probably the last building downtown that was imploded? A building of any size.
Before my time, I don't know.
Oh, no. You were here. You were working here when the King Edward was imploded.
I think I was.
Yeah, you both were.
Yeah, didn't you and Jack go down there? You and Jack Piper go down there and hit a button or something?
I didn't. No, I didn't get to hit any buttons.
I'll let you and Jack, I guess.
I would have blown the son of a... I would have really, yeah.
Careful.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but, I moved this mouse more to that dump button.
Well, you knew I wasn't going to say it. So,
Really?
no, of course. Really, I did. But, the thing is, when they... 400,000, okay, they take it down. What are they going to put there? It's
It'll be a
parking lot? Another parking lot.
Well, I mean, the problem is, they suspect it was arson. They don't know that.
Yeah.
But the building is
it's
a hazard. It's going to fall down.
Yeah.
Now, I would
What
love
could you put there?
Well, I would love it to be renovated, but the cost of renovating now that it's just a shell is prohibitive.
Yeah.
If you couldn't renovate it before, you probably can't renovate it
What are you
now.
going to put in there if you do renovate it?
A lot.
Ice skating rink.
No, it'd just be a lot.
Well, no, if you did renovate it, what would you put there?
Oh, okay. Probably loft apartments, offices, something of that
That's
nature.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Are the loft apartments filled now?
The ones over
On Nature Street.
Nature Street are at capacity.
How do you know that?
Have some friends that live there.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have friends in high places?
Well, these
Sounds like a song title.
These are only 2-story.
Yeah.
They're not very
High
high.
enough for me.
I got friends in low places.
That's
Yeah.
right. I hate 2-story homes.
Do you really?
Yeah, I had one. I had one here in Beaumont, and I lived in one in California.
You do
I
not
hate
like
it.
2-story.
I just like ground floor. Yeah. Now my 2-story in New York. It wasn't mine. It was my folks. It wasn't my folks because we rented it, but it was a 2-story house. I as best I could figure, probably 900 square feet.
Okay.
2 bedrooms, 1 bath upstairs.
Yeah, but when you were growing up, you didn't consider that a small house.
Oh God, I thought it was huge. We live in a big mother. We really do.
Well, let's go back and visit. That's like...
Well, I did. I went back that one time. And I went back before it was renovated. I'm glad I did that because I got to see it in its natural state. That house now, you can Google it.
What do you want?
And it's what?
The guy comes out and said, what do you want?
Yeah, he was pretty cool about everything. Yeah, he kind of stood there. He thought I was going to rob him. And I thought he was going to rob me.
That's like going back to elementary school or something.
Oh, yeah. And I did that, too.
You remember it being huge.
Yeah.
You go back and you see it. It's not that big.
Anyway, they've renovated it. It's now a $900,000 home.
Wow.
Now, every house on the block is $900,000 home. Even Hurry's a house next door.
What about Stoney's house?
Stoney's maybe $38,000.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody else is $900,000. Glad you asked that.
Yeah. Me too.
Was it Stoney that hit that shot for Alabama State last night?
He did. It was his great nephew.
Okay.
Alabama State beat St. Francis 70-68, first of the first four. Up next, Alabama State gets to take on Auburn. And that'll be coming up on Thursday. North Carolina, they're starting to turn it up a little bit. Carolina 95-68 over San Diego State. They get Ole Miss next. Coming up tonight, the first four games. The first one, Mount St. Mary's and American University. The second game, late game, will be Texas and Xavier. Other notes for you this morning. Rockets looking for their 8th straight win as they will be taking on the Magic tonight down in Orlando. Other games played last night. The Hawks beat the Hornets. Boston over Brooklyn. Warriors beat Milwaukee. The Clippers over the Cavaliers. Baseball right now over in Tokyo. After 7, the Dodgers leading the Cubs 6-3. And the second game of that two-game series to officially open the 2025 Major League Baseball season. Those are not like yesterday and today. They are not exhibition spring games. They are games that go on the schedule. The rest of the league will open up at various days and times next week. Lamar softball drops one to U of H 10-6. Lamar baseball all over Tulane 14-4 yesterday. Cardinals return home, taking on A&M Corpus over the weekend. And not only did they talk about buildings yesterday at Beaumont City Council, the Beaumont Westbrook Bruins were there with their state championship trophy and medal. They were recognized by the city yesterday for winning the state championship.
Very good.
Cool. Yeah, good deal by Mayor West and the city council recognizing the city's state champion.
I'm glad we made a big deal on that because it is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
There's no doubt about it.
Winning the state, that's awesome.
They're now a school that has won the state championship in football and in basketball. One is a 4A school, one is a 5A school. Yeah, and in fact, because 4A was the biggest then, 5A is the second biggest now, but hey, good job, Division 1, 5A. By the way, Auburn has lost 2 out of the last 5 games.
Yeah.
There's only been one 16 seed ever beat a 1.
I think it's happened twice.
Twice, yeah. Maryland, Baltimore.
Maryland, University of Maryland, Baltimore County was the first when they beat
Virginia. Yeah.
And Virginia won the national championship.
And then there was one other. But anyway, Alabama State playing Auburn. Alabama State is their campus is about 40 miles from Auburn.
Is it really?
Yes. Would that not be funny?
Oh, my goodness.
Would that not be funny? Bruce Pearl got beat by Alabama State.
He would laugh, but...
He wouldn't laugh.
But it'd be kind of funny the fact that, Auburn and Alabama are that's the big rival. But then Alabama State comes in.
Alabama State, screw you, get out of our way.
I think it was the active champs or whatever they are, the lower mid-major comes in and does it.
Unbelievable. They could skate all the way back to Birmingham.
They can.
They sure could. Okay, quick time out for our morning weather. By the way, Beaumont Animal Care ladies are going to be here this morning, a little bit after 8 o'clock. And I forgot newspaper today. But they, as always, we're going to have a great animal. I bet it's a kitty cat this morning. I don't know. I just got a feel it's going to... yeah, they don't have many, but it could be a kitty cat. Maybe not.
The last 2 weeks is a puppy dog.
Yep, okay. Weather's next.
from the Crown Electric authorized Generac generator dealer, Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio. Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
A front will move through our area coming up later on today. Could see a couple of stray showers with that. Highs in the low 80s of gusty southwest winds. Turning cooler tonight, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow's high upper 60s. It's Greg Bostruck, your market basket with a forecast on News Talk 560 KOBI.
And Jackie weather that station's Babe Saharius. It is 69 this morning. Now, you want to ignite your gardening passion? How about Jungle Land soils for your beds and potted plants? Jungle Land flower and vegetable to improve drainage, helps to reduce plant stress from weather conditions. And for the indoor potted plants, Jungle Land Water Saver is going to create a healthier habitat with added plant food to maintain moisture levels. Things get dry in the winter, you're running heat. In the summer, you're running the AC, and the humidity is down in the house. This is going to help you out. And you can use the Jungle Land Soils Mix formula, especially for the Gulf Coast. You can be using it outside. It's distributed by Nitrophos Fertilizers, available at garden supply centers throughout the Golden Triangle, Farmers Feed and Supply in the Jasper, Tyco General Feed in Woodville, and the Southern Lawn and Nursery in Silsbee.
Just like that, summer's here. This is Nolan Ryan. Make the wise choice and invest in the right home comfort system. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. American Standard Air is a proven winner year after year. Take my word. Cool, cost-efficient performance is built for Texas families. That's quality and dependability that you can trust. That's how you handle a hot Texas summer. AmericanStandardAir.com. Comfort the way you like it.
At hillsdale.edu/Jesse, sign up for a free online learning course about the design and purpose of the Constitution. Our country needs more Americans who understand the Constitution. Learn more at hillsdale.edu/Jesse.
Had enough of the market? Well, in a typical investment, you get all of the ups and all of the downs. Now, there are plans that get about half of the ups, but none of the downs. That's right, none of the downs. Talk to the guys at Merit Advisory Partners. See if this could help you. 212-9696. Get that free visit and add some safety to your retirement. Sleep better at night. 212-9696. Merit Advisory Partners. Supply, 3087 College Beaumont. Let us supply you with good quality roofing materials as we've been doing for better than 40 years. Elite Roofing Supply, 449-ROOF.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000? Or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino. Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Jim, do you use anything other than coffee? Yeah, I was going to bring you some of that Haitian blend that I ground up the other night. It's just unbelievable. Got it. Yeah, I like that. Oh, it's great. It's great. You may have that in the pot. I don't think he does. No, this is not Haitian. I'm sorry, Portuguese. While he was in Portugal, he tasted
What,
it.
dude?
What's on the back and his people here duplicate it. That's what's so amazing about it.
How long did it take you to grind coffee?
10, 12, 14 minutes. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
Just remember to put the lid on it so it don't go everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. You never
Yeah,
know.
be careful when you pour it in there.
Well, do you grind like once a week or something? Or
Yeah, once a week.
Okay, you get storing for the week's worth of coffee.
Yeah, that's exactly
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning when you wake up.
Do what?
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No. You remember how it sounded over
Of
the
course, that's all we right? How could we forget that?
I didn't know how it sounded.
I'll find coffee again. Ready coffee?
Okay, we've done sports, we've done the weather, last call's birthdays. Yeah, we got Facebook Messenger. Okay, middle of the week Wednesday.
Tree falls on the line, the storm comes through, and it seems like the power goes.
Oh, sorry about that. I go ahead and take the break then?
Yeah, I'll take a break.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take the break then, and back again. This is how you know.
More often now, and for lesser things. Generator Supercenter of Beaumont.com.
You saying something?
292-5992. 409-292-5992. Generator Supercenter of Beaumont. I don't need to tell you anymore why you need a generator. My work is done on that. I just tell you where to go to get it. Generator Supercenter of Beaumont.com. 409-292-5992. 409-292-5992.
People from Houston and Beaumont always tell me that when they're headed to Louisiana, they substitute the oranges they're going to buy. Well, pull in. Just right off the back end is the best place to buy your vehicle. It's called TeamGranger.com. It's Team Granger of Orange. It's right there off the freeway. It's a short drive, and it is worth it. You can get your Chevy, but you can also get a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, you get an RV. They have a used car supercenter, and it's the best experience you're going to have. TeamGranger.com. 409-405-4055.
Brown Plumbing and Pros has over 25 years experience taking care of the Golden Triangle's plumbing needs, from emergencies to upgrades to attention to detail, great customer service, and hey, they always clean up after the job. That's why they build lasting relationships with their customers. Call today, 409-962-1200. That's 409-962-1200 for Brown Plumbing.
Emergencies strike at any time without warning. When they do, food disappears fast. That's why prepared Americans trust My Patriot Supply, the leader in long-term emergency food storage, to protect their families. For a limited time, order their best-selling 4-week emergency food supply and get 4 free 72-hour food kits. That's 12 extra days of food at no extra cost. That's nearly 2 weeks of extra food, free to keep your family secure. Plus, free shipping. Order by 3 p.m. for same-day shipping. All kits deliver 2,000 calories per day of easy-to-prepare meals.